When I was young, my mother would go milk the cow and leave me in the house by myself. And I did all sorts of things. She used to have this buffet table, and it had doors on each end. And I would get all of her doilies and her napkins and that kind of stuff out of those cabinets and throw them on top of the buffet and then climb on top of it while she was milking the cow. I've always had adventures like that. I'm Patricia Simmons, and in 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I've been married 36 years to David, and we have 4 kids and 7 grandkids and 2 great-grandkids. I love to travel. I've been to 24 of the 50 states. I just enjoy it. I like new adventures, whether it's just a new adventure of doing something or traveling somewhere and doing it that way. And I had a lady sign me up to sell Avon, and I've sold Avon for almost, in September it'll be 33 years. The way I found out my cancer was I had a very bright red spot about 6 or 8 inches long come up on my chest. And I kept praying to the Lord above that it was not cancer. They did my mammogram at CMH, and then they called me in a couple of days later, and I brought my friends in with me, and they sat with me in the consultation room and told me that I had cancer, that they thought it was, and that I needed to come in and do a biopsy and find out for sure. And I just sat there and cried for a while because it just hit me. I kept thinking, who's going to take care of my husband because he's partially blind, he can't walk. I just felt like my life was apart. I went in to see Dr. Leo, and he even gave me a hug to comfort me because I was just so tore apart about it. But then I saw them working with everyone, and I regained my composure and my confidence and the caring attitude that I had at Carrie J. Babb, and I just went from there. Dr. Leo called me back in and told me what kind of chemo and radiation and so forth that I was going to have, but he sent me to Dr. Wolf, and Dr. Wolf called me in and examined me, and he set me up for an appointment, and I went into surgery and had a total mastectomy. I went through 12 sets of chemotherapy and 36 radiations. When I got done with the chemo, Dr. Leo come out and he read a poem that was on the wall, and I got to ring the bell. And that meant a lot to me, and everybody in there clapped because I had finished my chemo. Then I went to radiation with Dr. Brown, and he was great. I still see Dr. Brown once a year. He's great. He's very concerned, very compassionate with me, and the crew was just terrific. They really cared for you. They had a passion for you. It was just amazing. I just couldn't believe it, the things that they did for us. I had an appointment with Terry Pratt, and she, after her examination, she looked in my mouth and she said that because a lot of cancer patients, after they get through their chemo or their radiation, they need some dental work. And she referred me down to Robert, and Robert told me they would help me out at the beginning financially, which they did. And he in turn referred me to Ozark Community Health Center in Hermitage. And I have had 1 tooth pulled and 3 fillings made, and I've had them cleaned, and now they're getting ready to make my partials. The Cancer Center has given me some money to start out financially. They've helped me stretch out my payments and so forth, so it's really been easier to work with them on a budget type thing. The money raised at the Burgundy Ball helps people like me. I was actually given a certificate for gasoline to go fill up my car, which helped me to get to Hermitage to the Ozarks Community Health Center. It's been 4 years since I've had my diagnosis, but life goes on. They have not really given me that I'm over the cancer yet, but they are treating me so it does not happen again. And I'm thankful for that. But everything I've always done has just been exciting and beautiful. And you look outside and you see the glory of God and the things that He's done, and life is just an adventure. And this cancer, after I got over the shock of it, was an adventure. I met different people. I could talk to people up there with chemo, radiation, whatever. I made friends. No matter what you do, life is an adventure if you look at it that way.